Today we're going to be walking you through how to make your own DIY TriFlash. A couple of basic concepts with the TriFlash. Why you would want one would be to overpower the ambient. If you're going to be outside on a sunny day, you can use neutral density filters, but if you're going to be in the shade outside taking some outdoor photos, you can use the TriFlash to overpower the ambient, overpower the sun, and that's awesome. And the other thing is that if you have more than one flash, you don't have to tax the one flash as much, so you can have faster recycle times, because theoretically they won't be running at the maximum power. You can cut them back to say quarter power, eighth power, and still get the same volume of light coming out of them as if you had only one flash. So TriFlash is pretty sweet for outdoor applications or sports. If you're trying to do a lot of like freezing of fast motion, you can use the TriFlash. It's got lots of awesomeness to it. The guts of this particular TriFlash is simple. It consists of an electrical box that you get from a hardware store for putting in a light switch, which is cheap. It's like $1.50 in Canada, so it's cheaper elsewhere, I'm sure. And then the most expensive part would be picking up the old, I used strobo frame cold shoes. I got these because they were well, they're affordable. I was tossed up between this and the Frios, and I decided I'd pick these because they were metal over top of the Frios. I thought they might withstand a tip over a little bit better, but I think you could be safe with either one. But basically all you have to do to construct this particular TriFlash is you just get the box and you drill 4 holes in it on each side, one to hold your the 5/8 stud that you just pull out of an old light stand, and it fits into your umbrella swivel on your light stand, so that's what kind of anchors it in place. And then the other ones were just the other 2-3 holes for the strobo frame cold shoes. And then you just bolt this on there with a 1/4 by 20 1.5 inch bolt. And then the other ones here with the strobo frames, they go on there. They come with their own little screw nut, and I'll show you how that works. So the strobo frame cold shoes, like I mentioned, come with their own locking nut here and bolt. And the easiest thing to do is just to get a little bit of Teflon tape that you can get at your hardware store, and you simply wrap that around there just to snug up the threads. And so when this goes through the side of the box, you know, it bolts in here and it's very secure. The other thing that they don't really show you on the strobo frame site or on B&H or wherever you buy these things from, there is this extra tiny little bit of a recessed little piece of metal here, and that kind of gets in the way from keeping it flat onto a surface. So what I did is I just used a lock washer that goes in between here and here, and what that does is it just kind of spaces that out, keeps it level, so that when you tighten it all up, it is nice and snug, and it stays level on the side of the electrical box for the TriFlash. The only other thing I did with this TriFlash bracket was to wrap it in tape, black hockey tape, just to kind of give a little bit of extra insulation from any kind of metal or electricity from touching it, and also just to kind of firm up the box, because I mean it's rather on the flimsier end. And I took electrical tape and taped over the bottom of the cold shoe, just as an extra safety precaution from the contacts on your flashes, as is advised by the strobist himself, to prevent any kind of electrical shorts that could happen theoretically if they ever contacted, but these are designed not to. But just to be on the safe side, that's the other thing I did. This design actually is really good for pivoting. If you're going to use the Nikon CLS, with this you can actually just release these and then just tilt them any which way you want, and so you can line up your flashes with your, for your line of sight for your CLS. So that's handy. Much better than the normal, like the actual TriFlash you could buy from Lastalite, or you could spend a lot of money buying the Joe McNally version that has the ratchets as well. But this design allows you to do it, and on a very inexpensive budget.